Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to episode number 23 in our Oxygen Not Included Redux series. I have been working a little bit on Gargani here because I was having some issues. Our water was getting water dropped off from the bottle emptier, which was causing it to overflow, and it mixed in with the polluted water and with the salt water. And I'm fixing that now. Reconnect this until it's emptied. But I redesigned this whole area. So I made the water tanks a little larger, and then I set up some automation on each one. And so now, when this gets shut off, because this is too high, it also turns on this pump, which will pump out fluid until the level goes down, and then it'll let more out. That means that if we are dropping water off from the bottle emptiers and it's already full and it fills up, it will start pumping it out from... This one actually needs to be moved over to here. I had some of the wiring a little different just so that I could empty the tanks because I wanted to get all the mixed fluids out. But we're getting to the point where we're done with doing that. This tank has already been fixed, and so what we need to do here is get rid of this section. We want this to say, if you're above 500, you can pump out. And this is the pump that takes our polluted water up to our crops. But you can see we're getting quite a bit of liquid in here, and we're all good. So this pump here should be pumping out salt water, and it is. And that's designed so that we can get the little bit of water that is in here out and clean this out before we start pumping more into it. This one is trying to pump water out now. Oh, that's the problem. I don't have any power connected here, and I just... But so it's just little tiny things that we need to finish, and we are now reconnecting all of our incoming water from our pumps that we turned off, so that, because we wanted to process this water that was in these reservoirs first. But so now everything should be back up and running. We have a few minor little things to check on and get cleaned up, and it's processing through the backlog of liquids that we had stored during the process. But everything seems to be working fine, so we're going to step away from that for a minute. Over here, we're working on building, basically rebuilding what we have in the Calypso into our new rocket. And so we have a few things we need to finish with that. We need to have a gas bridge that goes like this. And our vent. And this is the same setup that we did in the other rocket, so that it will get rid of any carbon dioxide that we have stored in the system. We already have that. So this will say, if this is oxygen, pump it back into the cabin. We're going to set this one to oxygen as well, but it's hooked up to a NOT gate, which means that if it's not oxygen, pump it out. That's a little different than I did before, but I think I like that better. This we can express that. We are getting all of our things stored in here. So in here we need to put in basic rad pills. In here we're using pickled meal, that's right. So we can load that up with pickled meal. This one we want to set to oxalate, which is consumable ore, correct? Then this we're going to set to, which I think it's under food organic. We want algae. This one, let's see. Cultivatable soil. Sure. So we want to send over some algae and dirt with this one in case we need it when we go to the new asteroid, because this rocket is the one that we are building so that we can launch it and have it land on Snowial so that we can start building a colony over there. Still haven't decided who we're sending over to that. Haven't decided if we're going to send one or two yet. That's a good consideration. We probably want to send two people, so let's take this cot out. We'll put in a bunk bed. We also need to put in a ladder so that we can get up here and finish this pipe. But just have to finish up a few little things in here, and then we'll be ready to launch this rocket. And get working on that colony. After we get this sent over, or ready to send over, we're probably going to start working on our hydrogen rocket today. But I just wanted to get this finished up. Last little bits and bobs here. So let's put in furniture. And we'll do ladder beds. That will both give us the opportunity to have two people on this rocket, and it'll let us get up to the top. So, I think I need to be able to get power to this. Do we have power for this rocket? Not yet. So we need to add in a solar panel. Let's build 2 solar panels. We'll build a battery module on top of it. I think that should be okay. So we'll let that go. We're going to let that get built. And looks like the rocket's already fueled up and ready to go as far as that goes. It has a range of 20 tiles. I'm not quite sure how this works with the Trailblazer module. We'll have to figure that out. But it's worth us getting it built, and then we'll go test it out. This rocket is all fueled up and ready to go, so we could send that out. Might be worth doing it to send it out to get some more resources. I'm going to give that some thought while I finish up this other rocket. What is entombed over here? Weird. That's why fluids aren't pumping out. Oh no, maybe they still are. Oh no, that was what was blocking it. Okay. It looks like everything's getting processed here just fine. We have liquid making it up to our crops at least a little bit. Does this have water in it? Yeah, it's empty storage. Some of these have gotten water in from before when I was handling different types of liquid in there, so we'll go through here and get rid of all the water. Okay, so we have just little bits and bobs to do, and then we'll check back in on our rocket. We don't have the option for Eclipso to go and explore any tiles because we had removed the cartographic module so that we could put in the drill code. So we can't go to any of these tiles that are still hidden, but I can send it out to one of these ones that we already have. And so I'm just looking to see what we have in these fields. So our options are this snow field. This one would give us sand and sandstone, algae and copper. On this one, we'd get more fullerene, sedimentary rock, regolith, fine carbon. I think I'm actually going to send it to this tile here so that we can get some more sand. Definitely going to need some more of that. We'll send that for now. So let's select our rocket. We're going to change its destination here. And then that should complete our checklist. Does before we launch, we're going to remember to close our open our gantry so that the gantry's not in the way, and we're going to launch our rocket. Never get tired of watching rocket launches. Away it goes. So as far as this rocket goes, let's check out the inside of here. As far as we still need to get food stored in here. We're going to set this to high priority. We need to get medicine stored in here. And we need to get oxalate. And I'm going to also set dirt to high priority. I realized after I did this that we had put the other fridge here instead of up here. So I'm going to set this to high priority to build that. It doesn't really matter too much, but we'll move those down here and take that out. Just want to check to make sure. So all of our rooms are set up. Once we get food in here and our other supplies, we'll be all good to go. Let's copy this to here. And then we're going to label that and deconstruct this. They should grab those rad pills and put them down here since they're very, very close, and then we're set. Okay. So we are... I don't want you down here. We are just waiting for everything to get filled up. How is our power construction out here? So this is all set up. We're not getting any power right now because it's nighttime. Alright, so we'll let that go for a little while so that it can get all stocked up, and then we'll launch it out to Snowial and see how that goes to get that going. I did set up some sand to be transferred over here so that we could get our deodorizer up and running again. We may end up building our rocket bay here so that we can set up a regular rocket to go pick up sand and other things that we need for the Organi colony at some point. We'll have to look into learning how to do some of the automation stuff with that, but we'll get there. Just checking around, see that everything here is working okay. Still need to go through and empty these storages out. Did not quite get that finished. But all of our fluid chambers here are working great, exactly how I planned them to. We got all the liquids coming in to keep us nice and stocked up. So we're pretty well set. So I'm pretty happy with everything here. The main reason we're going to Snowial, I mean, we want to explore it for lots of different reasons, but the main thing we want to get here is that there is Sleet here, which means that once we get there and we take control of it and are able to send it back, we'll start to be able to make food that doesn't spoil. And I think it's berry sludge is what it's called, but it uses sleet wheat and it uses, let's look it up. I don't quite remember. Berry sludge is bristleberries combined with sleet wheat, and it never spoils, which is the positive of it. So we're going to get what we need in order to make that. We have our rocket ready to go to Snowial. It has exterior, it has food, it has rad pills. I'm going to pull up a checklist to make sure we have everything. Medicine is based on rad pills. We also have consumable ore, or cultivatable soil. We have dirt, and consumable ore, oxalate, algae. So the only thing we're missing is dirt. We're really, really low on dirt in the colony and working on that. But we're going to go without that. So Tyler and Hayes are now our rocket pilots. They're heading over to the system. I just realized I did not put in another best table. I think it's too late now because I already have the zip lock, but we'll put it there for later when they come back so that they'll build it. And we're going to get ready to launch because I've been waiting for this launch for a while. So we want to close our gantry. Then we'll check the checklist one last time. Clear launch path. Everything is checked across the board. Yeah, we can't reach that because the gantry is closed. That's fine. And we're ready to launch. So because we have the trailblazer module, we should be able to send somebody down to Snowial. And I have not tried this before, so we may have some issues. I'm going to make a save, just so that if it's real bad, I can go back and retry it. Sometimes it's better to make sure you know what you're doing first. But so this rocket will take a couple of cycles to get to the orbit around Snowial, and then from there we should be able to launch our trailblazer module, so that we can send somebody down to the planet's surface. And they're going to have to establish a base there because they're not going to be able to get back off. So they built a rocket platform for a rocket. So hopefully that is not too difficult. This is where we're headed. Very small little asteroid. Like I said, it's going to take a couple of cycles. Then we'll check back in. As soon as I launched, I noticed I made a couple of little mistakes with our rocket. And it's still in orbit. I just decided to bring it back down to make a change real quick before we send this off. So our problem is we're not going to have power to this because one thing I did is I made a mistake with our setup here. I had lead power going up like this, and so it did not. It melted. The other thing I want to do is take a wall and build it down like this to make a shield, so that it doesn't cause damage over here because the heat goes down and through. We'll heat up the whole area. No problem. But big problem that we had is that while we had the toilet set up, I didn't rerun this pipe from our water system up to where the trailblazer or the Solo Spacefarer module is now, and so we never got water into our piping inside the rocket, which means that our duplicants couldn't use the bathroom, which is causing problems. So now they're back here. They can get their suits back on. They can get out and go do their things while I get everything fixed back up. And then we will retry this launch once we're properly set up. Once they're out of bed, they should put their suits on first. Good deal. I was hoping I could catch it before he had that morning. Problem is they can't get out of the rocket yet because they can't go back out and fix the problem. We're going to do priority 9. All of this stuff. And then once we do that, our gantry will open and we'll be able to get them out of the rocket. There we go. Got our wires connected. Oh, we also had damage to this power wire. Time to fix that real quick. Or some mopping up the lead that melted up there. Okay, so our gantry's open now. means our astronauts can get out, and then we can take our time getting the pipe put back up and getting the shield installed before our next launch. Should be all good. Definitely when in the future we need to start thinking about that design. I kind of want to do some testing to see how far the heat goes. And that way we can prepare for it. Maybe actually even utilize that heat to generate power back from our launches or something. But for now, we just want to get the pipe installed so we can get water into our rocket and have it ready to launch. We've got water flowing into our rocket now. And the time it took to do that also gave us time to fix a couple other things. One, I had a high pressure gas vent here, and so when our duplicants used the bathroom, it was causing this to become an infinite gas vent. And so this was creating a trick where all the oxalate that we had stored was quickly being turned into oxygen and overpressurizing. I fixed that problem. I also stored a lot less oxalate in case it does happen. The other thing I changed is got this other mess table up and running because I'd only put one in before. And so now we're all good and ready to go to relaunch. So I'm going to select our rocket, through it, and then all of our checklists should be right. We're going to set our destination to be orbiting Snowial. And all we need is our flight crew to board. All set there. We're going to close our gantry. And we're going to relaunch our rocket. And we want to watch here to see, do we have any more heat problems from our rocket flame? Doesn't look like it didn't make it through. So judging by this, it looks like we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 where the heat is really distributed. So if I were to put insulated wall here, we probably wouldn't get much all through. Then we'd have a nice little heat chamber here that we could use to do something. Maybe do some heating. I doubt it would be a lot, but anyway, let's check out the star map. This is going to take about 2 cycles to travel over to the orbit, and then we can deploy our duplicant down to the surface. To do that, we're going to have to select which one we're going to go. We'll check that out once we get there. But let's take for a second, unequip these suits. This is important because I need one of those suits to be full of oxygen, because when we go and land with the Trailblazer module, I think we'll send Tyler down. Tyler will have to have a little bit of oxygen so that they can make it down to the surface where there is oxygen. So basically, the Trailblazer module, we're going to land, and they're going to have to work their way down from. So, weird. That's a little bug. Go back to the star map. Pick Tyler. Maybe that'll make it go away. Sure. So yeah, we're just going to wait the extra 2 cycles it's going to take for them to get to Snowial, and then we will proceed once we are there. So I've done a little bit of testing, and the problem that we have with my current plan is that I want to send Tyler down to the surface of Snowial so we can build a rocket platform, and so our rocket can land, we can load up our seeds, and we can return. The problem with that plan is that a rocket platform takes 800 kilograms of refined metal. I don't have 800 kilograms of refined metal down in Snowial. And there isn't any refined metal down here. It's all snow, it's ice, there's some granite. So what I did is I went back to our main place and I built this system. But why is this overheating? Oh, because it's in a vacuum. Yeah, that's going to be an issue. Okay, but we'll fix this in a little while. Should work long enough to get what we need done. So this interplanetary launcher takes payloads and it launches them using rad bolt. So we need 50 rad bolts, and our rad bolt generator here is collecting 79 per cycle. So basically, once a cycle, I can launch payload over to Snowial. Payload I'm loading up is steel. So I have steel that's going in there using a manual use conveyor loader. And so as soon as I have enough rad bolts in this system, it's going to launch 200 kilograms of mass over to Snowial. So we're just waiting for this to get enough rads. I'm sending 55 at a time. That way it'll completely fill this up enough to launch. And then this will launch a payload over there. Once we have the payloads down on the surface of Snowial, we already have one that has launched. We can see here. So each one of these has 200 kilograms of steel in. Now the other thing to keep in mind is the trailblazing module that we land in will also have 400 recoverable steel, which means that we'll be able to set down our rocket and land it on a rocket platform. I also need to have a little bit of resources in order for our duplicate to place down some ladders to get back up into the rocket. Once we do that, we can grab Sleet wheat and take it with us. That's the plan. Let's check this out again. Oh, looks like that just launched. So if we look, we have a payload on its way, and it takes about a third of a cycle for it to make it all the way over there. And we can land our rocket and be able to do this. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in here. We're going to select this Atmos suit, and we're going to assign it to Tyler so that he can have an Atmos suit on when he lands. And he's done with the bathroom. And we're going to want to do this pretty quickly because we don't want him to be having a rough time for too long. Once we get the rocket there, this rocket can sustain him for a while. And so Hayes and Tyler can live inside the rocket and get in and out and go get the things that we need. All right, so he's got his Atmos suit on. Let's go back here. We're going to select the rocket. We're going to select Tyler as our pilot and deploy our trailblazer module. We're going to land it right up here. And let's go to the surface of Snowial. I don't know why we keep having artifacts like this here. It's just graphical, but it's annoying. Okay, so here comes our trailblazer module. Take it down to a slower speed. Now he's not going to be able to last super long up here. So let's take this. We can empty storage. This we can deconstruct. This we can empty storage. Wait a minute, where do we have oxygen? There are some. Why are you trying to sleep on the surface of the frickin' plane? Ugh. Tyler's schedule. Should have taken that into account before I launched it down. Where are you? Tyler. We have a little while before you do it. So let's put Tyler on to shift 2. Wake up, get to work. You're not going to be able to sleep here anyway. Alright, let's speed this up. So we just need to get to the point where we have 800 kilograms. That should be enough. We have 400 there, 600, 800. We're going to build rocket platforms, build it right here. And then I think I'm going to need to get to some granite. Let's go into here, here. We're also going to have to give Tyler it's the first level super hard or hard digging so that they can get the granite. And what we want to build is a ladder right along the side. So instead of doing it this way, let's do it every other one. And let's give this higher priority. Oh, I think I messed it up because I dug here and now they can't get up to the surface. So let's build this priority 9. So they can get up here to grab that rest of that steel. That was my fault. I know you're hungry. I'm trying to get the rocket here as quick as I can. Okay, so now... Oh, I got a colony achievement. That means my research finished, I think. Okay, let's do... Star map. We're going to take this rocket. We're going to change its destination to here. Then we're going to go down and watch it land. My concern is that this rocket is going to be giving off a lot of heat. I got to make sure... Get over here quick. It's already going to cause me to have a lot of liquid melting down here. But I didn't want Tyler to be killed by the heat. So hopefully this heat cools off really quickly since space going down quick already. Okay. So now, last thing I need to do, move this down. Okay, so to get over to it, can we put a rocket, a ladder there? Maybe not. I think that should make it so that we can get over. Don't need this or this. Let's make this priority 9. Tyler's sleeping. Oh no, you gotta soar back. Get this built. There's a bathroom, and there's a bed waiting for you. Promise. Sweet. Okay. So now we're back inside. Alright, so what we want to set is I want to do seeds. Maybe I don't have them dug up yet. Dig that up, and we're going to do priority 9 on it, so they can come out and grab that seed. Perfect. Oh, I guess sleet wheat we actually plant with sleet. Let's go back to our interior. We'll put it in here, I think, where we need to put it. Cooking ingredient. Sleet grain. Okay, let's go back inside of our rocket. Look in here. We have 73 Sleet grain. So I'm going to go back out here. We're going to take our rocket, and we're going to say crew only so that the crew goes inside. We need to change our destination to go back to here. Our rocket is ready to launch. Lander's ready is not checked, but we don't need our lander, so we're good to go. Acknowledge warnings. Oh, wait. Why are you not inside? Get inside the rocket. I almost launched while she was standing, or he was standing on the outside of the rocket. That would have been a severe problem. Oh, you're suffocated because you still have your suit on. Why are you not letting me select this person? Unequipped suit. There you go. We got our Sleet wheat. We're headed back home. We're gonna land. We'll be able to start a farm. Not the prettiest way to do it, but we got it done. So that's all we're going to be doing for today. That's quite enough for me for now. In the next episode, I'm going to take the Sleet wheat we had. We're going to set up a farm so that we can make some berry sludge so that we have food that will last forever while we're out traveling space. And we're going to work on building our hydrogen and oxygen, or liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen setup so that we can actually explore the entire star map much easier. We are going to leave this here just for a little bit longer before I disconnect it so that we can get a few more payloads dropped on Snowial so that when we go back, we'll have a bunch of steel sitting and waiting for us, because I would like to actually build this rocket gantry properly and then start actually exploring here and cleaning up, grabbing some more things. But for now, we are done on Snowial. So, actually, you know what? We can disconnect this. Let's do that. So let's take our power and disconnect it. The reason being is that we don't need to worry about launching more steel because we can just load some steel into our rocket and we can plan a much better trip to our to Snowial or one of the other things, because we already have the rocket there. The only time we'll need to use this is if we're going to a planet we can't land on and we need to send a trailblazer down so that we have enough to set up a rocket platform. Once the rocket platform is there, we can use the rocket platform to land a rocket full of all our supplies. So let's check out, before we're done, this colony achievement. Pretty sure this is for all the research. We were finishing the last one. Of course, it takes forever to load, but... Oh, no. Build a launch pad on a world without a teleporter. That's a DLC achievement that I didn't even know was there. That's pretty cool. So, the one I was hoping that we had finished is Honorary Doctorate. Unlock every item in the research tree. We have one to go. Let's check our research. Close this. Oh, we are so close to getting it done. We'll have it done either before or during the next episode. So I hope you enjoyed watching, and we'll do some more with our deep space exploration in the next episode. Bye-bye!